Reaction in California over word that President Trump is planning to pull out of the historic Paris climate agreement. The president hasn't made it official, but the White House indicated he's heading in that direction. Nearly 200 nations signed the 2015 agreement, pledging to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions to fight climate change. East Bay Congresswoman Barbara Lee slammed the decision as, quote, yet another reckless abdication of American leadership on the global stage by this administration. California has long been at the forefront in the fight against climate change.
New at 6, our Phil Mateer looks at the future of the state's green goals and how taking the lead could come at a cost. Phil?
That cost could be political as well as on your wallet. Let's take a look.
And if Trump turns off the satellites, California will launch its own damn satellite. We're going to collect that data.
When it comes to fighting climate change, experts agree California has definitely led the way. The question now is, how much further will it go, and at what cost?
Large-scale solar, wind farms, energy efficiency, improving insulation.
Our electricity use per person has been flat over the past 40 years. The rest of the country, it's up 50%. By 2020, we'll be getting 1/3 of our electricity from wind, solar, and geothermal. By the 2030, a decade later, we'll have more than half of our electricity coming from those sources.
But it could be a rougher road going forward. For example, even after a decade of incentives, only a small fraction of the cars on California's highways are electric.
And given how long cars last in California, it's going to be decades.
As for the goal of the state using 100% renewable energy by 2045,
it's a good direction to be moving.
but
Going 100% renewable is not something we would want to do quickly. We don't have the technology and we don't have the experience.
critics in the business community say that the hard push for more green energy could be a job killer and will drive up utility and gas costs.
Lost jobs, we've gained jobs. We are substituting energy efficiency and renewable energy for fossil energy that costs more. That's the best job creation engine California's ever had.
Others say, not really.
We will also see the displacement of previous jobs, and the net impact is likely to be very small.
One impact we all likely may feel is at the pump. Climate legislation being proposed in Sacramento could mean a hike of anywhere from 30 cents to $1 a gallon over the next 10 years. And that has some lawmakers worried about the public's reaction, with good reason.
It depends on what the measures, that would be taken.
I think we pay enough as it is. I really do. I think we pay enough as it is. It just gets crazy.
Add in the fact that we just raised the gas tax 12 cents in order to fill the potholes on our roads, and you can understand why some lawmakers are nervous, especially because in Southern California, a state senator by the name of Josh Newman is facing a possible recall over rising gas taxes, and the idea of raising them even more, even something like climate change, is giving people pause. Veronica?
All right, Phil, thank you. Governor Brown leaves for China this week as part of a push for clean energy. But today he slammed the president, saying the president's views could not reverse the progress made in the fight against climate change.
Trump is not hurting the cause of climate change. He's giving it new life and vitality, because his denial, his statement that climate change is a hoax, is so absurd and so unbelievable and so outrageous that the grassroots governors, people around the world have galvanized, and he's actually creating the exact opposite of what he wants.
Brown also vowed to keep California's ambitious plans to combat climate change on track.